Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys an old school album review. And today we're going to be looking into this album's 45th anniversary, which is today, and it's from the gods of heavy metal history and the band that pretty much started it all. And as you can see below the title, today we're going to be looking into Sabotage by Black Sabbath, the band's sixth album released on July 28th, 1975 through Warner Brothers Records. Now, this of course follows up Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, and the title of this album, Sabotage, actually comes from around the time of the band was sort of like going through some shit where they ended up being like sued by like their old management or something, and just some like turmoils a little bit. And you could definitely tell with this album, but it's sort of like the slow beginnings of like the band, sort of like, I don't know, just like kind of like distancing themselves a little bit, but it's not like it didn't really come further until many years later, probably near the end of the 70s. And this album, compared to Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, it still continues that sort of like experimentation era that Sabbath had done with that album, but I feel like they kind of like honed it in a little bit more. Vocally, Ozzy Osbourne sounds great. I think this is pretty much his greatest so far. Guitar wise, Tony Iommi, just the riffs on this that he does is just great. Like, he's a riff god, no denying that. The bass wise, with Geezer Butler, I feel like the bass can be a little bit audible, but it's not to say that it's not heard at all, but I just feel like it could have been done better. And drumming wise, Bill Ward can do no wrong. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is Hole in the Sky. Now, the track kind of starts a little bit, the track kind of starts a little bit weird, which has a little bit of like a chicken or something like balking, but then like the main riff comes in and just, you can definitely tell it's there. And soon after, just Ozzy comes in and there's just no turning back. And the guitar solo comes in like right around the middle of the song, and then instead of like ending the song and right there, it just ends while the riff is just continues being played. And it's a really good song, probably a good opening track. Then we go on to Don't Start Too Late, which isn't really a song by any chance. It's just like a 50-second piece of like acoustic guitar, and Iommi just really shows how it is. He's just a very just fresco, and I don't know, it's just really great. It's just, especially shredding on an acoustic guitar is just really impressive. And then it sort of like serves as like an intro song going into the next song on here, which is probably one of my favorite Sabbath songs, Symptom of the Universe, which the riff in this song is, in my opinion, one of Tony Iommi's greatest. And the songwriting is just amazing, and I just like this. The main riff is just once you hear that song, it just gets you right in your head. And about like 4 minutes in, and the acoustic guitar comes into play, and I just love how it just goes heavy in like the first 4 minutes, and then the last couple of minutes just goes really just very just peaceful and beautiful. A really great song. Then we go on to Megalomania. Now, this song has like a bunch of different riffs, and this song is like almost 10 minutes long, and the first half is pretty much very chill, very laid back, and then like the second half just doesn't let up. It just gets really heavy, especially towards like the middle of the song. It just doesn't let up after that. A pretty interesting song, if I have to say so myself. Anyway, next song on the album is called The Thrill of It All, and this song is a very rockin' tune. And there's like a little bit of guitar feedback that just adds to like the heaviness, and like the middle of the song has a lot of like dynamics to it, and just a really worth hearing. Then we go on to Superstar, which is another instrumental, so kind of similar to Don't Start Too Late, but it's a longer song. But this song, I feel like, is kind of where the album kind of dips a little bit. I feel like it's kind of boring, and I feel like it's kind of like out of place for the rest of the album. And it has pretty much a children's choir or something, which kind of feels a little bit cheesy, and I feel like it takes away from what we've heard so far, which is so awesome. And this isn't really a song that I would revisit. I know some probably Black Sabbath fans are probably going to give me shit for that, but I really don't care. That's just my opinion. And then we go on to Am I Going Insane Radio, which this song is just another meh song to me. It's just pretty much Ozzy just repeating the song title for just over and over again. There's not really any just lyrics to it. But I will say that Tony just has some really good feedback back with his guitar, which can sound good, and other times it can give me a headache. But yeah, this song is just meh. But then we go on to the last song on the album, which is the Writ, and I feel like they pretty much redeem themselves with this song. It just has like pretty much many like time changes and riff changes, which the band pretty much uses a lot on this song. It's a pretty interesting song. And then of course, if you, depending on what version of this album you have, this song features a little bonus track or hidden track called Blow on a Jug, which just has some pianos and actually lead vocals sung not by Ozzy Osbourne but drummer Bill Ward. And I think Bill Ward, in my opinion, is a great singer and very underrated in my opinion. I just kind of wish you could have heard his voice a little bit more, especially there should have been like a song where Ozzy and Bill are sort of like sharing lead vocals. But yeah, that's just me. Now overall, Sabotage by Black Sabbath is a pretty damn good album. So if I have to give this album a score, I'm going to give this album probably a solid 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of Sabotage by Black Sabbath, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the album, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.